welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, the Florida man. But to be honest, even though I'm broadcasting to you from inside the bathroom pillow fort that I've assembled as a true Florida man, I've realized the Florida man lifestyle is too much. It's too much for me. I can't keep going. It's too much sun. It's too crazy. You see, in true Florida man fashion, I decided to try building a silly janky deck around Verazol the Split Current because one of my members did a $25 super asking me to do it. And nothing I'm about to say is meant to discourage that person. They meant well. They were like, Verazol's my first commander. Will you please build this deck? And I was like, yes, a great Florida man can do anything. Anything, no matter how ridiculous. The facts, though, are the facts. Some commanders are a little better than others. But I hate losing. I hate failure. I hate it so deeply that Verazol, which I had a very hard time making a good deck for, started living rent-free in my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. So I kept working on it. I kept looking for cards that would match, and eventually I think I came to a list that doesn't 100% embarrass itself against the entire format. For one thing, Verazol says it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each mana spent to cast it. Whenever you cast a kick spell, you may remove 2 counters. If you do, copy that spell. If you are the type of player who reads a commander card and then sees a keyword like kicked spell, and your response is to go search in your search bar kicker and not actually even read the cards, but just add them all to the deck, this is not the video for you. But CGB, don't you want to maximize the synergy with your commander? No questions. If a kick spell sucks, don't put it in your deck. And unfortunately, we are very low in these colors on good kicked spells. So while there are some, and it is possible to get some value with the ability, we focused on 2 things that Verazol does do well. Verazol has a lot of +1/+1 counters. So we got a really cool card here that you'll see in action in the video, Tanzir Quandrix, and we've got the Ozolith. Verazol also enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each mana spent to cast it. That includes commander attacks. At its very best, Verazol comes down as like a 4/4. The opponent snaps off their removal spell because they're one of those who just kills the opponent's commander 3 times, and that's how they win their games. And they hope that you concede if they kill and counter your commander. And we just cast Verazol again, and it comes back bigger and bigger, and they're like, it's really fun when they stop to read it. Like, oh, it doesn't get smaller with commander attacks. It just keeps coming. And because we have a resilient Serpentine commander, there are some other fun synergies. We can run cards like Return of the Wild Speaker and Karn's Temporal Sundering that require us to have our commander on the battlefield because often the opponents start leaving it alone. So yeah, cards that draw us a whole bunch of cards and let us pop off into the next stratosphere like last March of the Ents, that's our jam. Cards that make a bunch of mana like Vorinclex and Nyxbloom Ancient make a giant Verazol. So the deck also has loops when it gets to tons and tons of mana that you may have seen in other videos, like the Seasons Pass loop. If you have a Solve the Equation, the tutor, you can go get the Seasons Pass. You can cast the Seasons Pass, getting back the Solve the Equation. You can cast the Solve the Equation to go get the Seasons Pass, and so on, and get more cards back from your graveyard every time you cast Seasons Pass. If one of them is a Time Warp, well, you did it. They're not taking any more turns. Fun other Serpent synergy, you play a giant Verazol and then you cast Whelming Wave and you bounce the board except for serpents and you smash it and punch them. So the deck has its bright spots. One of the funner combos when you get to a lot of mana, and I mean a lot, but this deck can do it, is Access Tunnel in the mana base with a layer of the Hydra. But wait a minute, if you make the layer giant, how do you get through unblockable? This deck is sometimes capable of so much mana. If you have like a Nyxbloom and a Vorinclex, for example, that you can power up the lair of the Hydra as a 1-power creature, use Access Tunnel to make it unblockable, attack with it, wait till after blockers, and then pump it the rest of the way up to like 20 something or whatever you need to kill them. So if you like big stupid mana Simic with a suboptimal commander, I've got a video for you. Now this is as Floridian as it gets, and like I said as I started the video, I can't take it anymore. I got way too much sun today. My brain is melted. I am playing this video, I am playing these games with a melted brain and 2 days of Verazol living rent-free in my head. God, it sounds like one of those late night like drugs on an infomercial. Like, yeah, side effects may include dizziness, nausea, vomiting, and losing in Magic the Gathering Historic Brawl. But don't worry about that. We're here to have fun. Let's dive in. Let Verazol nonsense begin. Sidisi, Brood Tyrant. Snakes and Serpents. Let's go. That's a matchup I haven't had the pleasure of. This hand has 2 lands, no ramp, and is a mulligan. This hand has 3 lands, 2 ramp, and is a keep. Magic's easy. We're on the play, so we have an interesting choice on the Kami, and I think I'm going to hold it. Although top decking 1 land makes Kami really good, but hitting our next 2 land drops is busted. We can also play the Kami next turn if we draw the land with the Signet. If we draw a land next turn, we go Kami, Signet, Kami, and then we go Tanzer, Quandrix, or Verazol into Tanzer. Delta. I'm curious to see what kind of Sidisi we've got. It can be graveyard value. It can be zombies. It is a land. All right, let's go for it. Yeah, we on the move. Skull Prophet, human druid. Certainly seems great graveyard value-y. The One Ring is a heck of a card to draw into, to have backup here. Get the 3rd island, which is Breeding Pool, that turns Mystic Sanctuary on. Oh, it hurts. Let's play the Giant Serpent. Be intimidating, and let's get in there with the Kami. You want some? They do not want. Skull Prophet, taps to mill 2 cards or taps for mana. My experience with this card is you don't mill with it very often. Now this is the check for the opponent. Do they spend their turns removing my commander? And yes, yes they do, which is low-key kind of what we're looking for. If they're spending mana on this, ooh, they got Uro when they milled. Very lucky. But 5/5 is back. They do have a basic swamp, so they're not where they can bring Uro out. They need another island. Another basic swamp keeps them further from Uro, so that's good to see. Full rope, manual taps. Somebody's careful. Beanstalk Giant. Suspect Island? 3rd Swamp, 4th Black Source. That is sus. Ah, they want to play the Murderous Rider. Alright. Alright, that is a play you can make. Let's bring on the Quandrix. Double the number of counters. Thank you. You want some? They're gonna block. I would block too. Tanzer Quandrix Alchemy Edition got reworked. Double the number of counters on a creature when it enters the battlefield. One of the specials in this deck, since our commander is all about counters. And whenever this attacks, you may have base power and toughness of other creatures become its power and toughness, aka 5/5, most of the time. Which is basically giving another 5 to the 0/0 base power and toughness Verazol. World Shaper. When this dies, return all lands from graveyard to hand. I mean, that keeps Uro off the board. I'm not too upset. To the moon. This looks fun. Even if they remove Verazol. Ooh, baby. What do we play for free? If we blink of an eye, the World Shaper. I think that's really good, but we can't kick it. I still think it's better. Still think it's the best possible play, not give them the lands. Power up! Nobody's ever seen this card in action before. Wait, that's how much? 25? Opponent with 1 chumper down to 12. Let's figure out our discards here. We want to keep Seasons Past and Nyx Bloom Ancient. Rebuke is probably game over. Settle's not necessary. Bushwhack might be necessary. North's not necessary. Invasion's not necessary. Other invasions probably not necessary. I hope they mill something nice. They're gonna need it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, rely on blockers. It isn't gonna work out. The creatures attack for 25. I think you saw them looking at their Uro, but yeah, they never got the blue mana for it. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the Grim Reaper. And there goes Feeble. Well, that was a really good showing for Tanzir Quandrix, a card I've literally never, ever played on Arena until now. Roxa and Kunaros. Graveyard combo deck. 1 card combo with Ashnod's Altar. Tough thing for us to interact with. But we can keep this hand. We're on the play. Got ramp, we got mana. This is good. Blooded Strand, fetch Breeding Pool, Delighted Halfling, smile at the opponent. Hey, Halfling lives. Sell the Wilds. And we get Uro, nice. Opponent gets the mountain cycling going. A fun way to fill the graveyard for that deck. I need to redo Kroxa and Kunaros. The combo's changed, right? It was kind of an unplayable combo back in the day, and I know something got printed that makes it a lot better, and I can't remember for the life of me what it is. But it's definitely a more useful combo now. I think it was in cons. I'm not sure. I feel dumb, I can't think of it. Too much sun. Grave Titan, huh? And there's an Urabrask down there? Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so this can be green. So let's go with this. Bushwhacking. Getting Forest. Let's cast Uro. Here comes a Forest. And here comes Otawara. Otawara? Somebody said, stop saying it that way, you're an idiot. And I'm like, okay, Otawara it is. It is now Otawara and will forever be. Careful what you wish for. Yes, smarties. Graveyard go burr. So we have up to 7 lands if we draw one. They have a 6-card graveyard. Both decks are popping off. We could Seasons Past here. But also Verazol. Big ol' Verazol? Yeah. We have one more turn before having mana open for the Into the Royal becomes important. Pyro. What you doing? Perseus, Elishnorn, the graveyard is a who's who party. All right, they have a Death Toucher back there. Woo! That's a card. Yeah. To the moon. You know what else is a card? This is the card. Bye! Our game was going so well. Oh, they will not wait another turn for their pop-off. No, they will not. On the draw, Ramp is present. Thalia and the Gitrog monster. It'd be a tough matchup. This deck, I think this deck is very good. But you can build it a lot of ways. You can play the Hate Bears, lots of Death and Taxes type angles. You can play it as Sacrifice, you can play it as Ramp. I think the Ramp version of the deck is very, very good. Oh, that's not cool. Guess I'll play like this. Nice draw. Hopefully they just kept their hand based on that. And we can make good things happen. I'm gonna try paying them taxes. See where that leaves us. We have a lot of ramp in the hand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that card's really good. That card is pure gasoline. And we have no interaction to speak of. We also can't interact with Thalia in combat. This is bad. This is a bit of a disaster. Bushwhack. I could have a 2/2 Verazol, but I don't have... Oh no, I can have a 3/3. 3/3. The Bushwhack is not great, to be real. Do we just want to use it to hit lands? It's on 2 out of 4. Sorcery. This doesn't go to the graveyard when it dies. It goes to the bottom of the deck or shuffled in. Not great. I think we just hit the land and threaten to play Verazol and use the Bushwhack. We are gonna die. This card is sick. This card is sick. Our only hope is they don't actually have the land, but not Waka Waka. A name like Waka Waka always has it. Okay, so a little look at their deck. Not the worst. Yeah, let's try to keep a giant 6/6 Vorinclex in mind as they pop off to the freaking moon. So we need to play a 4/4 Verazol. We can do it. And then we need to Bushwhack, maybe pay our taxes, kill this Nissa to at least slow down the free mana. Free mana's insane. Virtue of Strength. That's pretty good. All right. Play you on 4. And let's whack it. You heard me. Oh, comes in tapped, by the way, because there wasn't enough text on this card. Gross. Endless value and your spells can't be countered. That's nice. It's good. It's good when you have the mana. Good top deck, but they're going for the commander. That's okay with me. Commander gets stronger. They hit a planeswalker. Cool. This is great. Love this for me. Okay. Could just slam this and hope. Triple mana could really get us back into things. We're at 16. Our opponent's 1, 2, 3. Man. Hold on to your butts. They have another banishing light or something like it. This game's over. Just put me out of my misery if you have it. Come on. It doesn't matter what you tap or how. Good too. I don't know if triple mana will be enough. They drew all of the cards. Remember when they revealed cards? When they revealed cards to that Nissa, they turned around and drew all of them. What the hell? That's not supposed to work that way. That's baloney. I call BS. Shuffler rigged. News at 11.
The world is shaking loose.
5 life. Jim Lee? For the ultimate insult? Bitter triumph? Why wouldn't you kill the goose? Oh, they keep it in hand. Don't even care. Don't even care. That might be very, very relevant, actually. All right. We have... This gets a 6-drop. 6-drop is Primeval Titan. And then a 7-drop can be Nyx Bloom Ancient, if we get it back. They're holding up Agonizing Remorse, and this lets them tap it for 1 mana of any color, and it produces an additional mana because it's a forest. So if we cast Return to the Wild Speaker, they're going to respond by killing this. Very bad. It's a very bad thing. I'm not paying the one with triple mana. But I paid it earlier. I probably should have just ignored it, to be honest. None of this is gonna do it, right? What do? Get a growth spiral? It's like, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I mean, maybe they'll just let it happen. Maybe they won't respond with their removal spell. Maybe if we had drawn a basic land, we'd be in it. Oh my god. If we had drawn a basic land, we would have been in it. We would... Triple. It had to be an island. But that's all we needed. They let us have it, and we couldn't draw the island. Why? Why is Magic so cruel? Nath in his final form. The Sixth Sense. Still not over the ending. Goose? Honk honk. Pillow! Put down my pillow again. We have got to get the pillow audio back. We hug the pillow for the audience. The audience loves the pillow hugger. That thing? Alright. They grabbed my goose. But that's okay. We'll just get into the north. And where's the islands at? Come here. Brainstorm. Okay, hope they hit their land. They're brainstorm locked. Or at least it seems like they're brainstorm locked. All right. Let's get the Verazol down. This allows us for into the Royal possibly next turn, and maybe copying a Skyclave Relic soon. Doing exploration, no kicker. I guess they really need the land. Got it. Right, so they got their way through. That is a hell of a draw. Especially if they're not going to deal with Verazol. Roar! Casual 8 to your face. Your move. Hansier Quandrix has been waiting his whole life to be this awesome. Scoop it! Out with you! You have nothing on the power of the Tanzir Quandrix. This is a lethal attack, right? 13 plus 5, yeah. They're just dead with no answer there. And if they have an answer, we royal bounce it. And I think they're at 1. On the draw, no ramp, easy mull. I mean, we just literally, especially on the draw, just don't keep a hand. Don't keep a hand without, like, ramp on turn 1. Maybe turn 2, so we'll keep. Coma, go away. Could also put away the Sanctuary, but no, we need the land. We're up against the first sliver. They're going to do busted stuff. We got to surprise them. We got to shock them with our skills. They don't expect us. They expect nothing from us. Okay, we drew an island. I wasn't going to play the Mystic. I was going to play the Mystic Sanctuary, but we keep drawing land, so this is good. Now let's see if our opponent has an answer for the Shigeki. We really need the Shigeki ramp. Sturo. Ooh. Wait. The hell was that? And now my computer starts running slow. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Mac, for your endless service to making me an angry streamer. Jeez, oh Pete, it's a weird, so weird. Am I gonna Shigeki now to ramp? I think so, yeah, because we have to prime time. We really have to prime time on time. Hit. Hit, you fool. Okay, thank goodness. How's our requirements? Our mana's good. Let's play the Barons. Let's play it again. Keep threatening to activate it over and over and over. Not good if they sweep the board. Go Los. So next turn they might be wheel spinning if they curve out perfectly. Oh, hi. Aren't you something? We have 2 islands on the board, so we need to get an island. Island Mystic Sanctuary is a really good Magic card. Alright, so is there any special island? I don't think there is. Alright, so basic snow-covered island. Opponent goes, huh? Then don't think I'm playing around counter spells. Nykthos, I doubt will matter. Let's go for Lair. We have, I guess we already had Crawling Barons, but I think this is... Alright, hold on to your butts. They only came here to gamble. Day of Judgment, Casualties of War, Celestis. GG. They might not blow up my island, though. They're definitely going to kill Shigeki. So fun, so interactive, so interesting. I will Time Warp. I will Mystic Sanctuary. I will get Time Warp. I'll attack my opponent for 1. It's not the greatest time warping of our time or anything. See what I did there? It's just a little wheel spinning, try to set up to make the opponent feel a little threatened. Just get some counters down there. And Riskar's expertise, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could draw 4. We could also play this for huge and hope we untap with it, which might be all we do for the rest of the game while the opponent spins wheels and wraths the board. How big do you think we have to go to be competitive? I think very big. What is that? 10 mana. That's 8 on Verazol. And if they kill Verazol, let's say, once and really get ahead, then we'll back away from Rishkar's expertise, or we'll just cast a smaller one. But since we haven't played Verazol at all, now could you whiff? All right, perfect hit on the Kami War. So freaking infuriating. Fair, honest magic here. If I draw Seasons Past, though, we're really close to an infinite turn loop. So they could still mess up. It looks like now they're starting to think about doing things. I think that they just have 9 mana and they got a spell, so I'm not sure what that is, but it's big. All right, that is a very interesting draw. I know, seems weird getting the land. Yay for manual taps. We are all about manual taps here. All right, this is 5. You might bounce it, but then they're not bouncing Virtue. Hold on to your butts. So we go to hand. I'm actually really glad they targeted that, and then we send it to command. All right, did they whiff? They kind of whiffed. They whiffed a little bit. They have the untapped land, so they can roll again. They were all bangers for the first 2. Okay, they're kicking it, so they're not rolling again. See if they remove the Virtue. Please don't. Could be amazing. Wouldn't you like to have fun? Wouldn't you like to see me have fun? Wouldn't you enjoy me having a lot of fun? Completely ignoring the Virtue. They hit farewell and a Pripfini. I'm done. I'm done! This is not fine. Please ban them to Hellq. Today's Cool Kids Club member shoutout goes to Tamer Galley. Tamer, thank you very much for joining and getting those sweet benefits, including getting to watch the recording sessions for this and 24-hour early access to the videos. Tamer, you're cool. And what did we do today? What did Verazol do today? You notice I haven't given the deck a name. It's because it's not making it through the week. I don't play jank, but that doesn't mean you can't. If you still have a good, honest Magic the Gathering heart that believes in doing nonsense stuff with suboptimal commanders, God bless you. I got that beaten out of me over the last 20 years. I can only play the goods now. And it's the reason I don't really want deck lists from viewers and I don't do deck commissions very often is because it does live in my head. I do not have a healthy relationship with failure. One of the prices of being a daily content creator for 6 years that I have had to pay is that unhealthy relationship with failure. If I don't get the video out, I've failed. So even though I was in the sun for 4 hours today and my body is not handling it well. My brain is a little fried, you guys, and I should probably just be resting, and I will, and I have a killer headache, so I need to sleep this off. But failure would be not getting a video done. And dang it, we did it. So one thing that you'll notice that you did not see in this video, if you build this deck, if you use wild cards on this deck, you will get paired a lot against Mythweaver, Pawk, and the first Sliver. Those two, for some reason, are still considered perfectly acceptable in the lower queues of Historic Brawl, and you have no chance. I can't stress enough. I think I've won one game where the opponent played horribly, and it was a whelming wave that cleared the way for like a 16-16 Verazol, and that was glorious. But that one didn't make the video because it was on my iPad. Look, I think I lost like 19 games to those two decks. Just those two decks, you get paired against them so often. I started just scooping on turn 1, and that's what I did in the recording session for this video, which you would know if you were a member and watched the recording session for the video. That is a thing I do in Historic Brawl when I know some matchups are a waste of time, especially when my brain's not working, especially when I've been in the sun all day. Sometimes I ain't got time for that shit. Sorry to the kids. This is definitely a sign that Florida Man CGB is a bit too much. And yeah, it's true. I'm not cut out for this Floridian life. I have to get back to the north, back to the cold. I can't hack it down here. How do you guys deal with the heat? How do you deal with the crazy? How do you deal with the traffic? How do you deal with the senior citizens driving 20 miles per hour under the speed limit? I need advice on this. Like, how? You know what else they do? They all make appointments for the barber shop. Like, you go in there and they're just fully booked. Like, people have like scheduled this days in advance, the barber shop, and you look at some of them, it's like they were just there last week because they got nothing else to do because they're retired. Like, who has that kind of time to set up an appointment at a barber shop weeks in advance and then just go back the next week? Who? Senior citizens, retired people, that's who. I'm not there yet. Michigan, before long, I'm coming home. Thank you for watching this video. 3,000 likes on one of these videos and you get a hot tub stream, so like the video. CoolStuffInc.com. Ultimate Guard. The sponsor of the channel. Support them, links in the description. You're cool. Dina, Soul Steeper. I think that's a combo with Vito. We'll have to figure it out. Mulligan. Yes, keep. Easy. Alright, Elvish Mystic, Gilded Goose, and let's play the Sanctuary. Oh my goodness, this is fast. We're going to have a very big snake very quickly. Here's Dina. Throw Spiral. Let's just go for it. Let's save the Goose mana. Oh wait, it's 3. That adds Death Touch. How delightful. That is a draw that can happen. Baby, baby, baby. Alright, you. And take that action, and you. Send them back to the Stone Age. That quickly. The kicker cards are doing something! They're doing something! We gotta play out the recovery. Keep saving the Goose Man, I think. Prowler be back. Alright, so we already got our Mana Source, so what do we grab? Cultivate? Time Warp? I mean, look at our Seasons Pass, it's right there already. But we need mana. We need a lot of mana. Let's go get Cultivate. Throw from the Ashes is good when we kick it. Oh! Ramp deck too rampy.